Ah, welcome back, guys. Kibla Ahmed out here. G-Man.
Yo, what's happening, guys? G-Man out here in Hong Kong, representing. It's cracking.
We back. It's been a busy week, bro. All sorts of has happened. It's been full on. It's been absolutely full on.
Always shit going on in this geeky world, man. Always.
Never nothing to shy away from. There's always something going on. So, guys,
Trust me, man.
just to let you know now, we are gonna do a spoiler Black Panther review, but we're not gonna have it in the podcast. All I'm gonna say in this podcast is that it's one of Marvel's best movies. It's, for me personally, it stands with because Winter Soldier is my favorite Marvel movie. Now Winter Soldier and Black Panther are on the same level of like movie making. Forget about Marvel movie. This is a great movie. So, and part of the universe, which is amazing. But for me, like as a movie by itself, it stands to that level because the story is intense, man. Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell, the story was intense. And
Let's do that review, man. Like, I'm looking forward to discussing it with you, bro. I mean, I'm all Black Panther out. I've seen it twice already, bro. I agree with you. One of the best Marvel, in regards to Marvel movies we're talking about in this Marvel Disney universe.
Yeah.
Not talking about Logan or Deadpool, none of that stuff. One of the best, no doubt about it. One of the best Marvel movies. Fits well in the universe. Like cultural movie. It's wicked. I can't wait to talk to you. We'll do that on the other video.
So,
I can't wait.
Spoiler review coming out tomorrow evening, Sunday, UK time around 6 p.m. We are going to do the review after this podcast, so we don't want to mention nothing else. We don't want to get the excitement of Black Panther at the moment. There's another thing that I just want to cover, guys, and I don't know, the people that watch this, they don't have that negative vibe, but I've been getting a lot of negative comments because of my Black Panther initial reaction. But I'll explain that in the video after. But guys, keep it positive in the comments below. I want to say a massive thank you to all the new subscribers. I'm on like an 1150 G-man.
Shit, man.
In the last 2 weeks, it grew up so massively. I want to thank all of you subscribers. You guys are absolutely amazing. You guys watch the content, you comment. Keep it positive though, guys. That's the main thing. Negative comments, it's going to come. There's always going to be a balance of good and evil. If you're evil, then do what you have to do to be your evil self, man. But the positive people, guys, keep those positive comments coming through, and I'll get back to you. I've been going through all the comments and messaging you all back individually because you guys have been so positive about it. And I promise you, as I said, that I will get all those trailer reactions out to you guys during the week because I am working by myself on this, and then Gilman's doing trailer reactions to the movies that are coming out in the States and around the world. I will get that out to you guys, and make sure you guys check out Gilman's comic book reviews as well. He's been doing that the past week, so I'll be uploading a new one today, this afternoon. He's reading a couple of comic books, Punisher versus Deadpool, Punisher Max, and it was Wolverine. Was it not? MDW?
Yeah, Punisher, War Machine, and then you got the what do you call it? Weapon X, Hulk and Weapon X.
Oh yes, that's right. So guys, make sure you catch that. But G-Man, you got your list, yeah?
Yeah, man, let's go for it, bro. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Lot of shit going on this week, bro.
You know what? There was a lot, bro, because you had.
There's a few news things as well, man. Especially because the Black Panther came out. There was a couple of news stories, man, that I would like to go through as well, man.
Go for it. Go on, start it off, bro.
What's that?
Start it off, bro.
Alright, you know what, yeah? First of all, I'll start with the news story that I read on the Wall Street Journal, and I was surprised to see it, but because of the success of Black Panther, well, I don't even know if it's a success yet, I don't know how much money it's made, but I'm assuming it's success and the hype of it. They released a story saying that Sony had the opportunity to buy all of Marvel's characters back, you know, when they were doing the deal for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Only 25 million, bro. Marvel asked for 25 million for all of them. Iron Man, Thor, Black Panther, all of them, right? And Sony, like the story was, a Sony executive or CEO was like, literally words were like, nobody gives a fuck about those characters. I just want Spider-Man, right?
Wow.
So they ended up paying like 5 million or something for Spider-Man, and said fuck the rest, right? And they're calling it now probably one of the biggest mistakes in Hollywood history, because saying that, right? They're saying that because of how successful Disney's made Marvel movies,
Well,
right?
no, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I think Disney bought it for, I don't know, a couple of million or billion or whatever, I don't know, but they made like 30, I don't know, if I'm making up numbers now, I think I saw 15 billion or something based on all the movies. But they're saying like, you know, that was one of the biggest mistakes in Hollywood history. Not saying that if Sony would have done a good job, you never know, because they fucked up with those two Spider-Mans. They didn't make no profit at all. The first two with Tobey Maguire was good. They made big profit. That's what inspired Marvel to start using their characters to make their movies and whatnot. And obviously the Garfield ones didn't do great at all, and that's what, you know, hence them to do the deal with Marvel, because Marvel movies were successful. But could you imagine that? Could you imagine that they had the opportunity and they were literally like, nobody gives a shit about them? It's like, yes, people do give a shit about them. It's your job to make people give shit about them. Yeah. So obviously Sony, you couldn't.
They couldn't handle it. It's too much responsibility. It was too much responsibility. It looks like.
Too much.
Yeah,
too much. I mean, that was an interesting story, man. I thought that to be quite amazing because, damn, 25 million to have all of them. Now, I think the deal they made with Spider-Man now is Marvel produce it, Sony get all the movie profits, and then Disney get all the toys and merchandise profits. So there must be, Disney's smart, so there must be big profits in that side of the business.
What toys, bro?
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, we'll make the movie. This is about the movie industry, but give us the toy business. There must be big business in that for them to just take down.
Think about that. The toys, bro. You've seen the markup on toys, yeah? You get one little Spider-Man toy made for 80 pence or something like that, yeah? And they're selling it for 10 quid.
Yeah,
that's like 7-8 times the markup, you know what I mean? So, like, it's massive. So they knew what they were doing, and they had to, bro, because Sony weren't doing shit with the characters anyway, man. What else were they going to do with Spider-Man?
I don't know. Actually, I think X-Men was a part of that as well. I think they offered X-Men. I'm not sure. Or I don't know if that was before Fox. But the point is, man, all these characters that Marvel has made a massive success of, Sony had that opportunity, and now they're kind of like, shit. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of fucked up.
You don't know with this thing. It's 50-50. Think about it. Before, when Marvel were becoming bankrupt, like at the time, it was just desperate times, man. They had to get some sort of money, come through the comic book way. And I suppose Disney buying them out, that did help them out. Because, to be honest, bro, maybe 10 years ago, we maybe not even have comic books now.
Trust me. Well, I read some more things, man. They had to get investors to make that first Iron Man movie, man. Like, it's something about JP Morgan. They asked, I think it was JP Morgan, to help invest 500 million or something to get this studio going.
What it was like, there was another article I read, and it was just before, the main reason they started the Marvel Studios and the first Iron Man movie was, it was all about toys, bro. It was all about toys, because they were like, Sony are making bucks over fucking Spider-Man, and they're making shitloads of merchandise is the biggest moneymaker, bro.
Really? Okay.
Merchandise is their biggest moneymaker. So they were like, if we get Iron Man out, if we start it off, we're going to make toys. That's what's going to make us a shitload of money. And that's how it started all off. All because of toys.
I remember you posting this article. Yeah. Okay,
and it was something that the Wall Street Journal wrote. So I was like, oh shit, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. They were going through all their characters and thinking, who's going to sell the most toys? And it came down to Iron Man.
Exactly.
I remember shit. Yeah. That's crazy though. We're so focused on the movies and thinking how much money these movies are gonna make. But on their side, they're like, yeah, cool, man. We're gonna produce these movies, but we're making big money off these toys and merchandise and video games and whatever the hell they're doing.
Yeah,
clothes. That's freaking interesting, man. Like, it's just the movies is just one aspect to boost up and advertise for everything else. Like, you don't even need to advertise toys. The movie is an advertising in itself.
Exactly. So it works wonders, bro. It works wonders. It's amazing how it comes together. That's the main thing, man.
Well, alright, we're going on that, like, keeping on the same topic with Disney and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was reading again, like, their streaming service, man. They're looking to launch it in 2019.
Okay.
So they're trying to get into that business. They were saying that their R-rated shows will remain on Netflix and Hulu.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So the Disney platform won't have all those R-rated stuff. That's what it's saying. I don't know.
Okay.
If that's the case, so be it. But looks like they're trying to keep the Disney Channel as pure as possible, I guess.
Oh, that's cool.
And they're quite confident. They're quite confident with competing with Netflix and them. Though they're just saying like, listen, if we make 30 million subscribers, that means we're making 5 billion. That's how much they were kind of estimating and whatnot. 30 million subscribers will make them 5 billion a year. I mean, I don't know if that's realistic numbers. I think Netflix is on 1 million subscribers or something now. They're making like $1 billion a month. I remember reading or hearing something about that.
Okay.
But Disney's confident that they could get those numbers and whatnot.
Right.
But
big.
That's, I mean, they look at, like I said, they look to take over the movie industry, the toy industry, the freaking streaming industry, which is the what's TV these days. TV is all about that. It's not about that freaking channel BBC 1, 2, and 3 and stuff no more, man. It's all about that streaming service, man.
Exactly.
But you know what? I also read, Comcast. They were trying to make bids to get by Fox.
Yeah.
They fucking fools are trying to make another bid, man. They're trying to offer another a higher bid to Fox.
Really?
Yeah, they reopened their bid to Fox to say we'll offer you more for the fucking for the characters, bro, for the Fox entertainment. So I hope freaking they stick to their deal with Disney.
Yeah.
And they don't be like money, and they go for freaking Comcast. But bro, why are Comcast doing this? Why are they trying to spoil our dreams for? What the fuck's wrong?
I know.
Them,
They need to move. They need to move out of here, bro.
They need to move, but Disney needs to punch them one time, bro.
I know. They need to get a Hulk smash on them.
When I read that, I thought, nah, man, what the fuck are you doing, man? But nah, Disney needs to deal with it. They can't let this slip. If this business is happening, they need to tell Comcast to back off, man.
No, exactly.
But they made it a bid, man, them bastards. So I shouldn't be cussing them, but come on, man, don't screw my dreams, man.
Yeah, no, they should move along with that. I think if they've done a handshake or written up some pre-contract, I'm sure they've done pre-contracts, bro. They can't just jump in there like that, bro. So
I hope so.
And Disney are on top of their legal stuff like crazy anyway, so I'm sure they won't do anything stupid like that, bro.
Yeah, definitely, man.
But
we'll see what happens. I mean, like, there's so much to be done, with the Disney and Fox collaboration.
Yeah.
The Marvel collaboration, we just need our Marvel characters back, and I don't know why these guys, Comcast, are trying to get involved again. Anyway, hopefully Disney deal with that business because it's going to be a lot of angry fans out there.
There will be. It'll be full on, man. Definitely, it'll be full on.
I reckon, I'm just saying, if they do somehow purchase it and they try to make all these X-Men movies, I don't know, man, they're going to get boycotted or something, man, because people ain't going to be feeling that shit.
I know. I'm not feeling it already, man. I'm happy that it's going to Disney, bro. Let Disney have it. Let them deal with it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the main thing. Sorry, guys. Keep going.
Well, I mean, that was it in regards to that stuff, man. I mean, going on to DC, bro. Have you been seeing some of those Justice League deleted scenes? What the fuck? What the fuck are you Warner Brothers doing, or whoever was in charge, man? Like, bro, some of those deleted scenes were amazing, bro. There was the one that we always saw in the trailer when Alfred was like, oh, I thought you would come, or I was told you were going to come. That scene, they showed the whole scene with Superman, and it's like such an epic scene. Like, Superman, me, and Alfred.
And it's like Master Kent, isn't it? It was a good scene. It was such a good scene. Because the anticipation of him returning, because now that fits perfectly with him getting the suit, him coming to see Alfred, like, where are they? Do they need help? It makes it continuous. And this is what Warner Brothers have been fucking up since Batman v Superman. Was you cut out key scenes.
Who's in charge? Like, it just don't make sense. Whoever's in charge needs to be...
See, my thing is, and I know this, suddenly it kicked into my head right now. I keep thinking like not Disney, like Sabotage Games. They've got like a spy working in Warner Brothers, and he's just like making bare book decisions for them. But really, he's getting paid by Disney, bro. That's my conspiracy anyway, because it only works like that. But there is somebody on that team sabotaging them, bro. That's internal sabotage. Like, But you have the most iconic characters. I mean, Kevin Smith, Mark Badana, shit, man, he'd be pissed if he found out if I said his name wrong. Said it themselves, yeah. They owned that industry, cinema-wise, with their iconic characters. These characters are bigger than the Avengers, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
These characters
It's
are bigger
true.
than the Avengers. And the thing is, yeah, I understand Zack's vision. And if they believed in Zack and let him have creative control over it, bro, I think we still get some wicked movies. And you know what? Don't get me wrong. Batman v Superman got slated. And they've had production problems and all sorts of issues. But once they brought out the director's cut, it's a good movie, bro.
Yeah.
I could sit there for the 3 hours and watch it because I think now with that it's a good movie. And I like the tone that he's used. Because, yes, Marvel has a different tone and a different story selection. It's not as dark and gritty as the DC stuff. The problem is they don't give the actual directors and the people that do the work creative control, bro. And there's an internal sabotager there. All I'm saying is that Warner Brothers, whoever works, I'm telling you now, somebody is a spy or some sort of espionage Bruce who is sabotaging you on purpose. Because
And he's staring up some fucking
no, it's the
conspiracy.
truth. You know what? I'm gonna do this. There's either somebody. No, you know what? I'm not even gonna get Disney involved because they are doing whatever they're doing. They're doing right. But there is somebody at DC who doesn't want this shit to work out, and is sabotaging you. That's the honest truth. Somebody's sabotaging you. Why the fuck would you delete those scenes for?
It just don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense. Listen, I come out of those DC movies and I'm always like, oh shit, man, that was kind of big. But I'm like, I love it still. I love it. But when I see everyone complaining about it, I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm one of you guys, but I'm not going to complain. I'm trying to keep it positive because I like what I saw.
Exactly.
But it's the, when I see the deleted scenes and I'm like, oh, like, now I'm getting angry. Like, why would you do that? It was also that scene when he was in the ship and he saw the black suit. The Superman black suit. Why? I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it, man. Why would you cut these scenes out? They're just fucking... Even if it made no sense to the story, it's an epic scene. Like, why the fuck would you cut it out, man? I mean, listen, man. Whoever's in charge, like, I don't know if they have that... You know, like, Marvel has that Kevin Feige guy who just oversees everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have someone as like him that oversees everything and just kind of following the comic book, has a vision and oversees it. Because at the moment, man... they're really messing up, man. No, like, not one person who I speak to says anything good about the DC movies, and I'm like, oh man, am I the only one that tries to look at the good? But I don't blame them, man.
No, of course, I don't blame them.
Watching all these good movies, and you're not supposed to compare, but the point is, people are going to compare because they're easy comparisons, right? So people are just going to be like, what's DC doing? They're fucking up. And you know what? They're right. Batman is probably one of the most famous characters in the world. Superman as well. Like, how could you not produce such great content with these characters? Someone's
That's what I'm saying, bro. They had the books there, bro. And I think what Zack Snyder was doing was he was giving us something, but the studio keep meddling and keep fucking around. And I ain't gonna lie, yeah, that guy's gone through some hard times at the moment, and I praise him, yeah. For me, the guy is an inspiration. This guy had still gone through what he was going through. He went through a tragic incident with involving family members. My man still pushed through until, you know, he had to say, I have to go. And I don't blame him because I think the stress of the studio was putting him on that, bro. Because did you see some of his pictures, the way he was looking? The man was looking, he didn't look well, man. And I was like, anyway, praise to Zack Snyder for bringing those characters to the big screen, yeah. And his vision, because I think he's an amazing director. I think visually he knows what to do. Because you give him like a Dragon Ball Z movie, and he'll give you a fucking Dragon Ball Z movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree, man. I'm a big fan of him, and I hate it when people are like, oh, Zack Snyder. I'm like, what the fuck do you know about Zack Snyder? I mean, I don't know shit either, but don't blame Zack Snyder, man. He's a fucking wicked director, and you guys just want to diss him on it. I don't know. People just want to hate him.
Even that. Look what they're doing now.
Maybe because maybe because he ain't a paedophile like the rest of the fucking industry, they want to get on him. You know what I'm saying? When that X-Men dude, what's his name, Bryan Singer, wants to make a movie, they're like, oh, it's an amazing X-Men movie. You know that movie was shit, but because he was a paedophile and you're all paedophiles, you staying in that clique. Sorry, I don't mean to get rude, man, but
No. It's the truth, though. It's the truth.
yeah,
I think Zack
I don't
Snyder.
know. I do feel bad for him, but you know what? I'm a fan, and hopefully, maybe you know what? Maybe we're going through a phase. Remember, we were watching those X-Men movies, and we were like, "What the fuck is this?" Right? Maybe this is the same phase, but with DC movies. So maybe 10 years down the line, you never know. DC might take over again with something amazing.
No, of course, and that's totally cool. I just don't understand why they would abuse the artist for what he does. Like, because now Josh Whedon is getting destroyed for Justice League, yeah? And don't get me wrong, you put a man halfway through a project that doesn't have the same vision, and he's only taking direction from the guy from the top who's the sabotager. He's been sabotaging DC for a while now. Warner Brothers, DC. Actually, you know what? DC, you guys need to find this dude in Warner Brothers because he's sabotaging you on purpose. You maybe be the biggest comic book sellers at the moment now, but your movies are doing bad because there is somebody in Warner Brothers. Sorry, I'm gonna start this conspiracy. Fucking sabotaging your movies, guys. They deleted key scenes, bro. Who made the decision to delete key scenes like that from a movie that would have? Okay, it may. I don't know, man. There was an actor who played Steppenwolf. Did you hear what he said? The version that came out in cinema is shit. I didn't work hard. I want to see Zack Snyder's cut.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yes. I saw that. Yeah. Even he said it himself, man. That is not what I worked on. That is a whole load of shit. He gets it, man. I mean, listen, man. I don't know, man. Maybe Disney needs to step in and say, listen, look, we'll buy you, man. Let's do this properly. Don't know. Listen, man. I agree, man. Listen, I hope things turn around. But look, remember, DC did have great movies. Come on, man. That freaking Christopher Nolan Batman series, the original Batman series, except 3 and 4, the Superman series, they were great fucking movies, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? So DC owned that shit at one point. Now something's up. Something's wrong. Like they can't vision it. They can't vision it together. They had visions of separate movies. They don't know how to vision it. So maybe we're going through a phase because you know what? Visually they look good, right? The characters. I think the actors and actresses they pick, they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
So it's not about that. It's about the story. It's about like an entertaining, grasping, easy to follow story. Don't get too complicated. Don't fucking skip all over the place. You know what I mean? That's what people hated about Batman vs Superman, and that's what I kind of thought about as well because it was all over the place. Nothing made sense.
It skipped all over the place, but
yeah. So I don't know, man. Yeah, no. Listen, hopefully we see that director's cut. That's what everyone's protesting for, whatever. And then we get that, and we can at least appreciate the Justice League movie a bit more.
Yeah.
Or what Zack Snyder did.
Exactly, definitely. I'm up for that, man. I'm all about Zack Snyder, man. But moving on. Altered Carbon, bro. I haven't watched it yet. I've heard good reviews. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I'm on episode 9 or something, bro, man.
Okay, so without spoiling it for me, how you finding it?
Well, visually it's wicked, right? Like it's a mixture of I don't know, Blade Runner with Matrix and all these futuristic movies, right? At first I was a bit confused. I'm still a little bit confused.
Yeah.
Right? They are way ahead in the future. It's not 2030 or none of that stuff. I don't know what year it is, and there's different planets involved. It's not just Earth. There's other planets involved. So it's a very big. Without spoiling it, it's a very. I would say for me personally, it's a very complex, complicated story of understanding which character fits in where and who is who, because it's kind of like cloning and stuff like that, right? So it's trying to be like, oh, is that really him or is he a clone? It's literally like Blade Runner. You're trying to figure out who the hell's a clone and who's real.
Like replicants and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, but exactly. But they're not clones. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna say nothing because you need to watch first couple episodes. It's not really a spoiler, but I don't want to say. I want you to kind of get it for yourself.
No, I'll check it out this week definitely.
Yeah, but I like the acting. I like the visuals. I like where they're going with the story. The only thing is there's so much ass and titties these days. I feel like they force it these days. You know what I mean? Every program, it's like they're just pushing the boundaries. I mean, listen, it's all cool to see hot chicks' ass and whatnot. I'm cool with that, but I feel like they force it now with these programs. That no program comes out with without full nudity. Like female, male, whatever. It's like, yeah, you're gonna have nudity in it. I don't know what it is, but this program's full of it as well. So don't watch it with any kids and whatnot. But it's good. It's good. It's good. It's a good program, man. It's good. Definitely watch it. It's definitely a mind-blowing, visually amazing sort of story for you to just kind of get into and kind of get gripped.
Definitely, I'll definitely check that out, man. Definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Carbon, alright, Nietzsche. So, Michael Bay's possible direct DC's Lobo movie. Lobo. Okay, Lobo. Good character. Good part of DC as well.
He's
not Michael.
I'm not big. I don't really know him much, but he's like I don't know what, like a Deadpool type guy. Like he's not a good guy, not a bad guy type thing.
That's right. Yeah, he's like an anti-hero. I don't want Michael Bay to direct that, bro.
No.
I want somebody fresh to come in, bro. If DC are gonna start something fresh and they're gonna do these characters, because they're fucking up with doing separate movies and all sorts of shit. Like, don't get me wrong, I think it's fine if Joaquin Phoenix plays the Joker and Martin Scorsese is part of the project. Then I think it's gonna be a great movie, even if it's Leonardo DiCaprio. But I do not want a movie directed by, because Michael Bay is good at doing what he does already, bro. Action movies. I actually really want a character-based story that feels like I get to know the character. I don't want it to be a full, like, I shouldn't compare it, but Black Panther, yeah, as much as it was an action movie, the action was separated very well, but it was a character-based story about the journey of a person becoming a king. You know what I mean? So, elements like that make you connect to the story and the person in the story. So, Michael Bay is not good at doing that.
You don't think so? Okay. No, I agree. I mean, the films that we've seen him do it, especially the recent ones, Transformers, Turtles, or whatnot, they're very fun, action-packed movies. I wouldn't say they're heavy on story. I wouldn't say they're heavy on character building.
That's right.
But they're very fun. And I feel like with Lobo, I don't know him too well, but I feel he deserves a character-building movie rather than just a fun dude, because you don't know him.
Exactly.
And I don't think many people out there in the world know about this character Lobo.
No. Plus Lobo's quite a violent dude.
So if you're gonna just bring him out and just make a fun film, okay, people are gonna. I didn't even know that was DC. But if you wanna make people attracted to it, you're gonna build a building character. And from what I read, little things about him, man, Lobo's like a deep character, man. Like he's like, he doesn't die and shit. Like I don't know, he's deep, man. I don't know much about him, but if you think, I mean, I don't know much about Michael Bay in his movies, man. I just know from what I've seen, and the comedy. There's always comedy involved with that sort of stuff.
Right.
I don't think he'll suit Lobo from what I've read. So
no, because he's like the Deadpool. He never dies. He's quite violent, very raw mouth as well. So he's got a lot of foul language as well. Michael Bay wouldn't do that right, bro. He doesn't do that right.
Yeah.
He should just stick to Turtles and Transformers. They're fine. That's his genre. He make the monies on that, bro. Make your billions, bro, on Transformers. Don't start meddling into the DC world, please. Not too fun.
Bad Boys, he's bringing out the new Bad Boys 3, right? So let him stick to those.
Yeah, exactly. Stick to that. He knows what he's doing with that, so he's good with that. And his action, bro, his direction is amazing. I ain't gonna say anything bad about him. People always talk about the bad. Yeah. Listen, this guy, you go do his shit. That's simple as that. You go do his work. Let me see you do his work. Everybody that talks negative about a director, a creative person, you go do the work. Let me see you do it better. If you could do it better, then... And you know what? A lot of fans will prove us wrong as well. Because there's a lot of fan-made movies, that the guys that did the Dragon Ball Z stuff, the guys that do the superhero beatdowns, like them guys, Bat in the Sun guys, they are amazing at what they do because they could prove they can do it. You know what I mean? But people will always be negative towards that.
The thing is, see them guys though, they won't talk negative about other shit. You know what I'm saying?
They don't.
They just do their own shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Listen, people are always gonna talk negative shit. That's a fact of the matter. That's human beings, right? Yeah. We have that hormone in us to be negative, right? Yeah. No doubt about it, right? It's just that, like, people, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, people are not they're gonna talk negative, but they're not gonna try and back it up with anything. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, people who can do shit, this artistic shit, they wouldn't talk negative about it because they know what they're capable of. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And these people who talk negative, bro, the crazy thing is, bro, they're normal people, bro. They're normal people. Someone, you know, when I say normal, I'm talking about, I don't know, there's a dude in the office, he's got his suit on, he's got a wife and kids, he tucks his kids into bed, and then he gets on the computer, he's like, yeah, who can I cuss? Literally, that's how it is, man. That's how a negative person is, bro. And they can't do what other people can do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and even, like I said, if you can't do it, if you can do it, if someone ain't harming someone else, if someone's trying to produce something to kind of entertain people and give someone else a positive message, or, you know, for example, that Dragon Ball Z movie, that one was crap, but I'm sure some people liked it. We went to the cinema excited, right? There was that point of excitement, right? You know, end of the day, they're producing exciting, making people happy in some ways, you know what I mean? So why cuss someone? Why be negative towards someone who is actually down to someone else and giving them a positive vibe? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
exactly.
Well, people can be negative, man. They let it be, man. I say keep that shit to yourself.
No, of
I
course.
mean, comment and do your thing. That's what you're good at. Just do it.
Yeah,
but,
let it out your system. Let it out your system.
They're
let that
suffering
hate
their
out.
own insecurities.
Yeah,
they're suffering in their own insecurities. You know what it is? They're not happy about themselves.
Yeah.
Be it their job, be it their life, what they're passionate about. They're not happy about that. That's why they feel like they want to cuss someone else or diss someone else. Like, I don't like Zack Snyder. I don't like Ben Affleck. What the fuck, man? What do you mean you don't like him? What has he done to you as a person?
Exactly.
He's not a great Batman. Shut the fuck up. You try and play Batman with your 70% body fat and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I've heard, like, I don't like negative shit. Like I said, it's a human emotion, but don't put someone else down. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, don't hate on someone else because they're doing something that they love and you're just stuck in a box working 12 hours a day and not happy. You know?
Yeah, no, of course. That's why I keep telling Jakub, like, he always abuses me about why I didn't like Alien Covenant and, like, why do you cuss Ridley Scott a lot? I said, bro, I cuss him about that movie because, for me, personally, it wasn't a great movie. But as a director, that guy's amazing at what he does. He's genius, you know what I mean? He gave us Blade Runner, man. That is one movie I'd be thankful for. And then he gave me Gladiator, which is another movie, you know, that I'd love to bits. So, like, bro, I praise him for the work he's done, and I praise him for the direction that he took Covenant. It's just not one of my favorite movies, bro. You know, and I keep telling him that. That's just my opinion. I don't like that movie.
Yeah, no, listen, you went and watched it, right? You came out thinking, all right, cool, I'm not going to watch it again. Like, when you say you don't like it, you're literally like, yeah, I won't watch it again. Like, that's what you mean.
Exactly,
Because you watched it. Yeah. If you said to Jakob, bro, the movie's shit, and you just never seen it, that don't make sense. You've watched it, and you're basically saying, yeah, that was cool, I'm not watching it again.
Yeah.
Simple.
I had actually, you know what? I'll touch base on that in the Black Panther review. Let's move on to...
Listen, like Jakob said Dumb and Dumber 2 was good. I mean, I'll watch that once. I don't think I'll watch it ever again. I've never watched it.
Same here, bro. Same here, bro. So, let's move on to the next thing. Dragon Ball Z 3D movie, man. That's going to be interesting. Did you see the little clip?
Bro, have you seen that clip of Majin Buu, bro? I was like, fuck, if that's how it's going to look, I say do it. If you can't do a movie human version,
do it.
Go 3D.
Yeah.
Bro,
that was amazing.
Because he looked wicked. Yeah. And they could do it good. They could do it good.
Of course
that would be amazing.
Of course they can. That looked really good. I followed it only a little bit, but bro, the best thing I think now for that is movies like that to be in 3D, bro. Forget live action, live action people. Do it in 3D, man. If they could do Avatar and all of that, do that in 3D modeling, whatever. That is going to be a great movie. I think that's about time we get something like that anyway, man. Because
Jack was one of the originals, man, and it like you said, man. If they don't want to invest in a human live action movie and they feel that they can't do it, do 3D. Let's go for it. Let's check it out.
If they can do shit like a Planet of the Apes and make those apes look so real, do that shit in motion capture, man. Do it.
The thing is, though, they can do a live action movie. Graphics and everything they got these days. They need the right creative mastermind behind it. Well, they have it. They have the fucking animes right there. So you don't need it. You just need to follow that and just have a good direction. Because I don't know what the hell they did with the last one. Like, I don't want to use this word. I hate using this word. I don't want to use it. But they whitewashed it because they made Goku white. Sorry, I hate using that word. I don't believe in it, but it's the only word I can use to help describe what I'm trying to say. Yeah. You made Goku something that he's not, and that's what automatically you ruined an epic series that we grew up with. You know what I'm trying to say?
That's right.
So that's what the problem is, right? Already the casting is wrong, and then the whole animation and everything just went wrong. Like, you can easily do Dragon Ball Z style action and fighting and fireballs and all that sort of stuff. You know, you know what? Now's the time they could do it. They, you know, with all these Avengers movies and the way the graphics are going these days, they could do it.
No, of course they can.
If not, that 3D one looks sick. I don't care.
It looks
Do it
brilliant.
wicked. I'm watching that.
Same here. It looks brilliant.
Awesome.
So Michael Fassbender, bro, getting cast for Kung Fury.
I know. And did you ever see the other name? Arnold Schwarzenegger as well, bro.
What?
He's getting involved in it as well. Yeah, I saw that as well just the other day.
Oh my god, that's gonna be moist. 'Cause Kung Fury was brilliant, bro. It was like such a throwback to like retro style filming, music. Oh, that's gonna be interesting, man. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh my god, that's gonna be
I
brilliant.
saw that. So cool. That movie was so cool. I remember when we were seeing trailers or whatever, and watched a 30-minute movie, and I was trying to describe it to everyone at work. Like, guys, you gotta watch this movie. I was like, it's only 30 minutes, but it's like, I just said to them, anything that you loved from the 80s, well, these guys are young, so they won't know.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to know the 80s, just watch this damn movie, man.
Exactly.
This film was epic.
Yeah.
Wicked.
No, really
it's just
good.
a fun movie, and it wasn't even. It was smart, but it wasn't trying to be smart. It was just like, this is all the shit I love. I'm putting it all in there. Time travel with robots and Thor and fucking hoverboards and whatever, man. It was wicked. Wicked movie. I can't wait. So, yeah, hopefully number 2 will be interesting with Michael Fassbender and Schwarzenegger and see who else they get involved.
I think they will get more, bro, because that movie, I was really good, man. I'm very surprised that it did that as much as it did, and I'm proud of the guy who put it together, man. Because remember, he put his own money into that shit, bro. So
he deserves it.
He deserves it. That credit is due where it is, because he probably loved all of that stuff, man. It looked amazing, man. And the fact that he filmed and edited and the graphics, praise to you, dude. You're absolutely awesome, man. Absolutely awesome.
Amazing work by amazing people, man.
No,
it's great.
That's right. All right, man. I think we've covered most of the stuff on this week's podcast. Guys, again, a massive thank you to everybody who subscribed in the past 2 weeks, because the influx of subscribers that came through are absolutely amazing. And the request, like, we got requests on, actually I need to put that up on the description regarding your shake.
Okay, yeah.
And then I got some reactions on our reviews to Black Panther, which we're going to do a full spoiler review, which will come out probably later on today or tomorrow evening. But no, just thank you guys, man. You guys are absolutely amazing. Like, you helped us reach a landmark personally, because I didn't think of seeing this channel growing the way it's grown in the past couple of weeks because of where it's headed. Because now we're not just doing one thing, we're doing a whole load of things. So where it's coming from mental health to me and my wife doing videos and my brother, like, it's a connection between the family as well, because we get to do things all together now, which is amazing. My brother Ash is going to be doing a couple of reviews on the couple of new models that he's got, and we're going to have those up on there as well. So guys, I'm going to say at the moment now, nothing is actually kind of scheduled as it was originally when I first started this channel. There is going to be content on here every day. So enjoy it. And yeah, enjoy it. Guys, weekly podcast, come join in. If you guys got any thoughts about what we said, please comment below, let us know. We would love, it's all about hearing your guys' thoughts, because as you guys are listening to us, we'd like to know your thoughts as well. And guys, if there is people that actually want to join the podcast and want to talk, Skype allows you to have multi-chat. So guys, just message and we'll schedule it in so that everybody can join in at once. And I think it'd be great to see some of you guys come onto the channel and give us your thoughts on the geeky world that we live in at the moment, because we live in currently amazing times. Because I never thought 10 years ago that we would. I'm sitting in a cave right now full of all the shit I love. That's how time moves. You know what I mean? I'm sitting in a room that I can come up to and say, fuck. You know, you saw this in movies, we read it in comic books. We have our own Batcave here. So, yeah, things come true if you work on it, you visualize something, it will come true. You keep moving on it, and then and it's all about being persistent and keeping on top of it, and it'll be there. It'll get there, man. G-Man, thanks again, bro.
Alright, brother. That was awesome, bro. Again, I'll just reflect on what you said. Just thank you, everyone. Everyone. One comment makes so much difference. Just knowing that you reached out to one person who had some sort of positive energy from it.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. So, man, respect to everyone.
Yeah.
And awesome, Kibbs. Thanks for creating this channel. And I forgot to say in the beginning, bro. Kong Hei Fat Choi is Chinese New Year, bro.
Happy New Year, guys. Hold up, man. Let me get this right. Happy Chinese New Year, guys. But yeah, massive thank you. And guys, Black Panther review next. I'm excited. This is the spoiler shit. Wakanda forever. That's what I'm saying. All right, guys. One love. Peace.
Peace.